Hello and welcome to your 12th tutorial on how to create an FPS game. So let's open up Unity. Now today we're gonna start doing the gun recall as promised in the previous tutorial, but we're gonna split this into two short parts. See, first we're gonna make a spread so the gun is less accurate once it hits here, 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 here. It doesn't always hit in the same place. And in the next tutorial, we're gonna make it move so it looks like you're actually shooting a gun. So first of all, I really want to replace this annoying cube we call sparks because it kind of bugs me how it looks. So I really wanted to do this in later tutorials, much later tutorials, but we have to do it now because it's really bugging me. So create a particle system just like I did create other particle system. Now we're just gonna turn this into our sparks. So you can watch my particles tutorial, but I'm not gonna explain this. I'll explain this later on, much later on. But for now, I'm just gonna do it. So yeah, just do as I do, or you can customize them however you want. I'm mixed up with the colors here. Alright, so I'm just gonna set this to yellow, such as the color of sparks. And I guess I could leave that one white, won't hurt. And I'll just change the ellipsoid. Minimum range now. And yeah, give it some force. On the Y4 there, it's starting to get some shape. Now I want to make it emit a bit more. Well, actually no, it's looking pretty fine. I don't know, we'll test it out. So let's rename that, to sparks. Wait, just like that. And this time we want to drag it in and make sure the emit here is unchecked so it won't emit by default. Now reset, right? Sorry, reset. Still good. And set it as the variable. Let's test that out. Oh, forgot to do one thing. Now because we're using sparks and we need to emit it every time we hit, then we need to do some coding on that. So open up your player gun script. Great. Now here just type sparks. Now we want to access the particle emitter component, so particle emitter, and use a function called emit. Just like that. Now that should happen. There we go. But you'll notice it's still emitting in the wrong direction. So we want to change that. I want to change its rotation to the hit rotation. So I'm just going to use a line from my previous scripted gun script because I don't really remember it. And I'll let you copy it down. There, just like that. Now let's look at this. Let's see what it says. Quaternion class. Then we're using a function from to rotation, and we're gonna set it to the object that we hit up, vector3.up. So it's gonna be up from the object that we hit, not up from world space, and hit dot normal. That's like normal rotation. And then we set that to sparks rotation. So now let's test that out. Oh, whoops. Forgot the S there. Just copy it down. Do what you need to. And now let's test that out. There we go. See? It's in the right rotation on the surface we hit. Let's try hitting the AI with it. Perfect. Hold on. And it disappeared. Alright, so we'll take care of that later. For now, let's make the gun spread. So, back to player gun. Now we're going to extend our fire function a bit. So, basically, what it's saying in here is cast the ray from the mouse position and center the mouse position. So, what we want to do is mess with the mouse position. So we're going to put here, we're going to call it ray position. And then we're going to make it here, var ray position equals, and now generally in C# you have to type new vector3 because we want to make a vector3, but in JavaScript you don't have to do that. You can just type vector3 and this will create a new vector3. By the way, it will automatically typecast it to vector3. So in here we simply want to put the mouse position and then mess with each axis. And that's why we put it in a vector3, so we can take care of each axis one by one and then change them all together. .z. Make sure the first parameter is x, second is y, third is z. If you switch them, you'll get switched whatever. Your shooting will be way off. And now here, we want to make a variable called recall. Set that, typecast that to int, set that to 2. Actually, we want to make it a float. Set that to 2. Well, 20 should be good. Now here, we simply want to add on the axes a random number between negative recall, which is negative 20, and 20. So it's gonna do random all the numbers between 20 and negative 20. So that should give us kind of a random, like recall like spread to our gun. So random dot range, and here we put from negative recall to positive recall, and we just want to do this for the x and y. Great, now let's see what that should give us. There we go, you see? It's hitting a different position each time. Now you notice if we want to make it so it slowly graduates to a bigger recall and it starts from pretty accurate. So to do that, we'll have to make a couple of variables and make some changes. So first of all, we need to make private variable shot count equals to 0. 0.0. Right. Let me think. Okay, now first of all, we want to count our shots. So each time we successfully raycast it, we want to count shot. So, here's me shot count plus plus. And then we want to do, instead of recall, shot count. Exactly, shot count shot count. Now take a time to copy this. If you want me to point out to you, just space that out what we've changed. Copy that down. And now here is what we really want to change. Is if this is where the recall matters. So if shot count is less than recall, then keep increasing shot count by 1. Alright, and then we want it to reset the shot count every time we release the button. So else shot count equals 0. So just copy that out. Make sure you have matching scripts. I'll also post this on my forum. You can always register and post me questions or problems that you have. Alright, now once you got this down, let's test it out. There we go. You see it slowly graduating and gradually becoming more random. Now, I want to make a small change here. I don't want to make it +1. I actually want to make it plus a bigger value, so recall divided by 10, I think. Not 2. Yeah, let's try 10. You can set it to whatever you want. This, whatever you plus it by, is basically the rate it grows at. You see, it's growing at a much bigger rate now because it's +2, because 20 divided by 10 is 2. But I don't know, maybe divided by 2. You can mess with this however you like, or you can always make another variable called var rate. Var, what should we call this? Spread, maybe. Set that to float. Set it equal to 2. Maybe 4. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. You can do it however you like. Calculations, I'm just gonna put it in a separate variable so we can have full control over the recall. Great. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Now you see, one shot is accurate. A couple more shots will be a little less accurate. Again, you can do this however you want. That is just my way. You control the calculations. This is your game. So yeah, but that's all for this tutorial. Next tutorial will make it move as if it's shooting. So bye bye and see you next time.